What can improve a child's self-esteem, their self-confidence, and their ability to work as a team? I'm just going to say music.
I would agree with that. Brad Richter with lead guitar and Linda Wachtowitz with the Boys and Girls Clubs of Tucson are here to tell us about a new program. But first, I really want to talk to you guys about how you met. I know we touched on it just a quick second before the break, but Linda, how did you two meet and how did this relationship kind of come about?
Well, I guess you never know, right?
Yeah.
So I was invited to come and speak in this program, as was Brad, and we were in the green room back there with like a zillion other people, and we're sitting next to each other, so we just started talking, and I was listening to what Brad does, and he's, oh, that's kind of cool, and he was listening to what I do. That's kind of cool. That sounds like an opportunity. And we just struck up a friendship, a really nice friendship, and I think something beautiful was born from that for the kids.
Look, the Morning Blend is like matchmaker.
So
yeah, absolutely.
feel really good about that.
High five.
There we go. We're making things happen. You know what? It's a chance meeting, like you said. You loved what he had to say, and you loved what she had to say. So let's talk about what came of this chance meeting.
Well, we talked right away about. I had approached a single clubhouse years before I met Linda about starting a guitar program at the clubhouse, and we just had a little bit of difficulty getting traction because it's a complicated thing to do. And when Linda and I began to talk, I knew I was in front of the right person to pitch this idea and see if we could make it work. Because our mission, lead guitar is a program of the University of Arizona, and we're developing other sister programs, other arts disciplines that do the same thing. But our idea is to get fine arts teaching of the highest level possible in front of the kids who have the least access to that kind of music lessons, dance lessons, percussion lessons. And it's actually, there's a picture of Brian on the screen now. Brian is our percussion teacher, and we've got percussion programs at 3 of the clubhouses and guitar programs at 2 of them.
So Brad, tell us, how is it kind of going for you? And what's the difference between, you know, hosting these programs at the Boys and Girls Clubs versus public schools?
Well, they're different. You know, we were talking about this just before we started, that in some ways percussion is easier in an after-school setting because it's more physical, it takes a little more energy. At the beginning it's simpler, it's equally complicated as it develops, but it's easier for kids to come in and out. And guitar is a little more fine motor skill related and focused and quiet. You know, in schools, guitar is really easy because we're teaching as it's a 4-credit class. We're teaching with one of the music teachers already at the school. And then after school, we have the help of the staff at the Boys and Girls Club. But kids can get up and go whenever they want. So, you know, we make an effort to change the curriculum a little bit. Certainly we want to be engaging whether it's in school or after school, but, you know, just to make sure that the kids are open to the opportunity, that they stay with us and they stay focused as long as we can get them.
Well, and Linda, I know we kind of mentioned, you know, how many clubs each program is at, but let's really kind of break that down even a little bit more. How many children do you think are really benefiting from this?
Well, I think if I were to say right now, we probably have somewhere between 30 and 50 kids that are starting out in the program. And a little bit more in percussion. I mean, you know, kids after school, that's a fun thing. They're making a lot of noise, and and their eyes were like saucers when they first experienced, because the very first time Brad had some folks came out and introduced them to all kinds of different drums and things, and they were just so into it. So the drumming is probably the more popular right now. I don't know how that's going to shake out in the long run, but another really cool thing, and this is Brad's idea, and I just love it because we have these discrete clubhouses, so different locations, right? So they never really get a chance to come together. So now we're actually bringing them to the university so they can perform together. Oh. And that is really cool. And that is something we struggle with because transportation between all the clubs, et cetera. But not only to bring them together to perform and to work as a team, but to experience the campus, you know. So it's just, it's really a wonderful opportunity for them.
Absolutely. And Brad, our viewers watching right now might want to get involved. You know, what's the best way for them to do that?
Well, there are opportunities to volunteer, but you know, we're both believers in the idea of if you build it, they will come. So right now we need to raise about $77,000 to pay for the programs for 2 years. And we're well on our way. We had Remo Percussion donate all the percussion instruments for all the programs. Yamaha Guitars helped us get guitars, so that really helped us get started. But you know, it's expensive to send high-level teachers to the clubhouses to teach twice a week, and to for the Boys and Girls Club to bus all the kids to the university. So we need some help with those things. And it's probably up on the screen, but folks can go to leadguitar.org. There's an easy-to-find Donate Now button, and they can help us in any way they see fit.
Well, I know we're at ground zero for this collaboration, but this has an opportunity to do big things for the kids. I want to thank you both so much for coming back. Now you're together in our green room to come on, but I'm going to remind everybody one more time how they can help. So thank you guys so much again.
Thank you.
Thanks for doing this.
To learn more about lead guitar and supporting the Boys and Girls Clubs, you can call 626-6904 or visit leadguitar.org.